Welcome, Libra, to Moonlight Witchery. I'm Edie. This is going to be your Halloween love read, and it is a timeless opening gift for you. Libra, the energy that came in while I'm shuffling was quite lighthearted. And interestingly enough, I see many things going on. You have your fingers in lots of little pies, and there's huge amount of change upon your horizon right now. However, I feel this sense of peace on the inner plane. And this is an amazing amount of positive cards that have come out here. We have 4 major arcana cards, and we have 2 ace cards, and things all centered around the home environment. This tells me a story that you have had in the past, dreams that have been fulfilled. It's like all your desires, you've realized that when you think something, it comes to be. So you've learned this power of manifestation, this power of creation. And I feel like this has come from other people's influences in and around you, and you're starting to experiment with the energy of what you have accumulated for yourself this time. This has nothing to do with building anything for anybody else except for what it is now that you're going to bring forth to the world. I'm seeing a couple of you opening up or backing people or having a business that is eco-friendly, cares about the employees, yet at the same time demands the best out of what each person in their life has to offer. It's like you're demanding this out of yourself, Libra, right now, and at the same time you're demanding it of others in and around you. You're not going to settle for the first thing that comes along, I feel, especially within your love life. I feel like before you've looked at the outer package and you've not really contemplated at this point in your life about the deeper things that are coming to the surface. I feel like there's been a lot of things coming to the surface as of late, and within this next little while, I'm seeing within the next year, there's a lot of things that are going to come to the surface for you that have been hidden from you. And this is concerning the true self. There's a big, strong message here about standing in your own power, seeing what you can create from this, using the availability of those things around you, and creating peace and balance where there is not. I also see here in the future, we have the Death card. So I've been contemplating this for a while now with you, because I'm looking at this reading and I'm seeing a couple of things here. The Moon and the Death card together. And this is centered in and around a lot of really good things. So I feel like these are external circumstances that have been fated and destined. And when we get into the Karmic Akashic Record cards, I'm going to tap into that a little further. However, I am definitely feeling that this Death and this Moon cards are representing your hidden emotions. And this is a time for you to work on those very deep hidden emotions. And I am seeing it over a period of 6 years, but you're mainly going to concentrate on it in the next 6 months. It's being presented to you in many different forms. I feel through friendships, through lovers, through family. There's many, many opportunities for you to be walking through. I see this Ace of Pentacles here right now. And this Ace of Pentacles is about new opportunities, new things to do with your finances, new places to put things so that you can develop spiritually. And I'm seeing this development of spirituality very, very important to you. Some of the things that have been, that you have allowed yourself to occupy your energy field with have been necessary, and you've had to go through those lessons. And I feel like there's a cycle completed now, and now you're on to opening up for the self. I feel like your Kundalini energy, which has come up for a theme for a lot of signs, and you know, we're all seeming to be bumping things up here in our own vibration and in our love relationships, in how we treat other people, in all aspects of life. Because, you know, as these planetary alignments come in, and I don't want to get too much into that because I'm not an astrologer. You can watch many videos on astrology about those things, but I'm here to tell you how the tarot and how this is affecting you in the next little while. So whenever this is that you're watching this, it doesn't matter about time on when this was posted, but it does matter when you're watching it. So I feel this is a very important message for you to understand, to go back to some of your roots. I feel like you have all the tools at your disposal. One of them is a study of Kabbalah about deeper things that are affecting your psychological nature at this time. And so when you do that, you're doing a study of how the planetary alignments are, how they're affecting you. It's a study of astrology, it's a study of spirituality and how those things affect you. It gives you tools through Kabbalah to access energies of essential oils, I'm feeling, through crystals, how all of these things are affecting you and how you can use these things as protection and to open your veils. I feel like there's some of your veils are being lifted from your eyes now, and you are going through very strong spiritual development. And everything has that connotation of spiritual development and what is good for the self coming from the true nature of the self, not the ego self. There's a huge death of the ego, and this is where I feel that some of you have had divorces, some of you have gone through the actual death of a loved one. I feel also that some of you have gone through the death of the ego self, and all of the above as well. Honestly, Libra, I feel like you've gone through dark nights of the soul. However, there are still some lessons to be learned yet through this journey. So give yourself a couple of years. You know, when you look back, you're in the thick of it now, is what I'm feeling, or kind of the tail end of where where the dragon whips around and the tail end comes and like kind of gives you a little bit of backlash of what you've been through. So it's like a double whammy, a repeat of what's been going on, but in a different cycle. If this makes any sense to you, because I feel some of you may be confused about actual death, death of the ego self, and like there's a lot of deaths around you, and what I see is the end of cycle. So as you're going through this, this allows you to really tap into the true self, where you've created stability, you've created energy of community in and around you. And as you do that, you have a support system. And this support system that you created, by the way, from the God self, is really helping you tap into the child self, which is eliminating all those traumas from childhood. You're seeing clear, the veils have been lifted, and you're able to see the true nature of why you're experiencing the things that you're experiencing. And you may not have full appreciation for this for another 6 years, is what I'm seeing. When you look back, you're going to go, now I see. And I feel like when you do this, you offer deep lengths of hope for other people. So something that you're going to do for yourself actually is service for humanity. You turn that around and you create something for something else. So it creates an energy that I'm seeing, a flow of infinity and a flow of balance in all in and around you. And I'm sort of seeing a figure 8, infinity 8, that is expanding, which is creating your magnetics. And this, my friends, male or female, Libras, I feel is bringing in the wishes that you want, that you've longed for since childhood. I feel them coming in, and they're creating maybe a little turmoil in your life, but in the end of the day, I feel like it's creating a happy home environment for you. There are definite cycles coming in, but I also see this as a time that you are writing. Some of you are writing a book, I feel. Some of you are just journaling for your own personal spiritual experience. Either way, like I said, you're bringing that spirit in, that essence of spirit, whatever you believe that to be. I feel like you're applying it in your work. You're using the energy and nature source as a battery for you. You're not using, this is interesting, you're using nature as a battery source. You're not into using other people. Oh, very cool. So you're using the chi that's around you, you're feeding it, you're creating ambience, you're creating an ecosystem in and around you that allows you support to be your true self and in your true nature. It allows you to speak your truth with everybody in and around you. And I see some masks coming off. I see the death of some ego coming in. And like I said, that your veils are being lifted. And as this happens, you open up to the veils that have been before you and the masks of the true self. These past relationships have not served you just in vain. They have definitely served you in your spiritual nature. And these things that have seemingly been undermined and underhanded, because I feel like there's been a little bit of that in and around you, but you've chosen to sort of deal with it in a way with loving nature. And I feel very much compassionate in and around you and what you've brought forth for people. So as you do this, this fills your cup and it allows energy to come in from the divine. And this creates a financial base for you that I feel like you may not be so secure in the self. And as you're getting your sure footing, I feel a little bit of prosperity coming in for you, and you have some new ideas for this, and it grows within a spiritual nature. I feel like no matter what it is, within the family, home, I feel like siblings, I feel like children, also parents, there's communication in there, but you're not paying so much like I feel like there's some communication wanting to come in, Libras, from the other side. I'm going to tell you, if you had a personal reading, I feel like most of you would get messages from loved ones from the other side. And that seems to be wanting to be coming in strong. But there's nothing I can tell you as a group other than to keep your grace and keep your peace and keep your truth. And to pay attention to your symbiotic natures. That's what the message is from the other side as a group. But other than that, I feel like you would need individual guidance in order to create that clean energy, to clean up the ego from the true nature of the self. It's like you're cleaning that up. So Libra, let's take the Akashic Record cards, give them a little shuffle, and ask what is good for Libra. From the Akashic Records, let's take a look at this. Woo. A whole bunch want to jump out here, but I feel like it's going to take the top one here. The Akashic Library, how about that? That holds a lot of information. No wonder so many cards came out. And whoop! And there's one more here. Balance. I can't make this up. Like, honest to goodness. The Akashic Records and balance. So, I feel like the things that have gone in your life are faded. I feel like there's some voices in your head that is saying, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like a lot of regrets, a lot of worry about if you're doing things correctly. And I feel like you are absolutely on course. If you really wish to connect in, I feel like some of you have the ability to sit up in your sanctuary and connect in with your Akashic Records. This is where you're going to get some guidance and some strong information that will give you your spiritual guidance into what you're supposed to be doing with your finances. Because I feel like this is a worry for you. You want to put your energy, your hard-earned money, into something that is also going to benefit other people. You want that reciprocal energy, that figure 8 energy that we were talking about earlier. I also feel like there is that trip that we were talking about that is faded, that you are going to be going on, that you're going to have some past life sort of feelings and energy and experiences on this trip. Some of you are delving into meditation quite heavily, and you're starting to understand the connection with the true self through that. This is where you create balance with everything that you have been taught in your life. That is an amazing feat. I'm seeing this, tone come in for a lot of people, but this is really strong for you Libras right now. I feel like you do a lot of studying. You are putting forth information. Some of you are writing books. Some of you are writing curriculums, I see. So you're going to be teaching some of the things that you're experiencing. And some of you are writing just journals, which is helping you in your own progression in life. Honest to goodness, I feel like part of the reason why you're here in life is to experience death so that you can help others through those dark nights of the soul energy. I feel like you're divinely guided to do so, and you're blessed. Let's take a look at the romance angels here. Whoop, readily available to come out. Romantic feelings. Honest to goodness, I cannot make this up. So many signs have come up with similar energies, but in such a different affecting manner. So let's see, romance angels, what you have for Libra. Codependency. Haha. See, this is what I'm seeing you grow past, and I'm seeing that you're allowed to express your romantic feelings. So, I feel like you have in the past tended to have people who had codependencies, and it's almost like you were the rescuer. This is what I'm seeing, Libras. You're the rescuer because you like everything to be in balance. You like to keep peace. You like to have help for other people. So now you're putting your energy, and this includes money and in love relationships, you're putting them in areas where they will have reciprocal energy. So if you, for instance, loan money to somebody, it is going to be in the fashion that they're able to turn this around and they're able to be self-sufficient. It's the old story of, you feed, a person a fish, they're going to feed their belly for one night. But if you teach a person how to fish, then they're going to be able to feed themselves for the rest of their lives. So I feel like you're sort of contributing to life in that fashion in everything that you do. It's not just one thing, it's everything that you do. You want this sort of reciprocal energy. Otherwise, I see you sitting back and being patient and waiting for the blessings and grace to be there. And you're seeing the blessings and the grace there in each moment that you have. And this is why you're creating more and more of it, because you're sitting and marinating in peace and joy and love. And people can't figure out why you're so strong through all of this. They can't figure out why you're not devastated and why you're not letting the things that have happened to you in the last little while beat you down. You got the magic key, and that is gratefulness. That magic key is gratefulness, and this is where the payoff is for you. I feel romantic feelings are true that are coming to you, and you can trust what's coming to you. Honest to goodness, Libra, this is the time where when you know, you have a little bit of fear and doubt about it, but what is coming to you romantically is what you're supposed to be experiencing. This is the next step where your energy has go beyond that codependency energy that you've had in the past. And in each of your relationships, you can see where that codependency is. You're no longer doing that, Libra. You've grown past this, and you've grown into the place where you can bring hope to others. What a tremendous amount of energy. Thank you so much, Libra, for that kind of support. It's not easy to give that kind of support. So thank you once again. The wishes that you are thinking in your mind is what's coming true. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm never going to meet the person that's going to be for me, I always have bad luck in relationships, if you speak like that, then that's what you're going to manifest, Libras. I hate to say this, but this is some of the thoughts that I'm catching up on the collective consciousness of you Libras. So please try to clear that out. Think about the positive things. Even if you have to have sticky notes everywhere, I feel like some of you write things on the mirror when you are looking in the mirror in the morning, because this is where the true self is. Where that true self is in the nature of through the eyes, and I see the mirror shining through the soul. It's showing you your soul. So when you're looking in this mirror, you see the true self. You can write down those messages on the mirror, and it is encouraging, and you will look back 6 months from now and you will see this. Maybe some of you even take a picture of this for inspiration for yourself. So I do feel that there's a great inspiration from the past. I feel some of you also are going on a trip over to Europe. There is on the horizons where you will feel the past life connections. And this past life connections are to do with sort of the acceptance of passings of people. There is and has been a lot of energy of death in and around you. I hate to say, Libra, on the physical plane and in the ego plane. So as you're reflecting these things and going through them, some of them are really great wishes of understanding. So celebrate the lives in and around you. This Halloween, the veils are thin, so you can absolutely honor your ancestors. So give that a thought and what they've brought forward to you, and release the energies that are no longer serving you, Libras. I am seeing definite relationship come in for the positive, so that is a wonderful blessing for you, and lots of hard work, but yet you're happy, you're excited about the work that you're bringing forth because it has that spiritual nature. So I see things balancing out for you, and that is amazing, Libra. Thank you for bringing this energy to the world, and I feel like through this turmoil, this next little while, you are definitely spearheading some of the natures for other people to bring in balance. So you're bringing in balance for other people just by living your life the way you do. Thank you so much for joining me, Libra, and we'll see you again in some other videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and donate if you choose to. So don't forget to join me for also in the other videos for your rising sun, your moon, and your Venus signs, or any other signs that you wish to look up, cross watchers as well. You're more than welcome to. Thank you so much for joining me, Libra, and we'll see you again. Namaste.